I had 5 children under the age of 9, from like newborn to 9, and I was in my mid-20s, completely unhealed, no therapy. I was no contact with my mother, not yet completely no contact with everybody else, but it happened around the same time. So I've been no contact with my mother since I was 22. And then after I got married and all that, the rest of the family fell away, took their side, as they do. And I can tell you that on the inside, I felt angry a lot of the time. I felt frustrated. I felt exhausted. I look back and there's times like I would, slam a cabinet or just be kind of out of control, not towards my children, thankfully. Like I didn't ordinarily lose it on them, but around them, which in my opinion is just as damaging because it creates an environment of instability, which is obviously the opposite of what we want to do. It demonstrates a parent who's out of control, who can't regulate her emotions, none of which is a good thing when you want to raise a child understanding that we can control our anger and that we can, work through our anger without having an outburst, and we can own our anger. But I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to own any emotion because I was raised not allowing to demonstrate emotion. So I went into therapy, and fortunately my children were still very young. And also fortunately, for whatever reason, when I did have those lose my cool moments, I would come back in and say, mommy was wrong. No matter what you do, no matter what you did, that's on mommy. And really owning that behavior and validating that that wasn't okay and that I'm going to do better. And I can tell you, fast forward from conversations with my children, they always felt loved. They always felt safe. And I think that the reason for that, in spite of my shortcomings, as we all have them, in spite of my out of control moments, in spite of my imperfect parenting, the fact that they always felt loved and safe was because they always felt heard and seen. So just, I don't know where you are right now, lighten up on yourself and just make sure that you're owning that behavior. And if you can, in that moment, recognize that what their behavior is might be triggering something deeper in you, and just disengage, walk away, and come back in when you're in a cooler moment. It sounds easy. I know sometimes things are easier said than done, but the fact that you're highlighting this tells me that you are aware and want to do the best job that you can. And right there, that is half of the battle.